This is an NBC News special report.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Hey everyone, it's the Guidance Guy, and today we're starting things off a little differently today. Because this week a lot of us are celebrating Start With Hello, a time to celebrate those we interact with and finding ways to make everyone welcome. But have you ever wondered why we do Start With Hello week? The idea started with the organization Sandy Hook Promise, a group founded by families impacted by the Sandy Hook school attack that happened back in 2012. But this year it's a little different. We're at the end of Start With Hello week on the heels of yet another school tragedy, this time at Appalachian High School in Georgia. And let's be honest, this could be a scary time to be in school right now. On top of the school attack, we have idiots who think that they're funny, writing threats to schools and police about which schools are going to be next. You might feel scared or anxious right now. Please know that you're not alone in what you feel. Your classmates, parents, even your teachers may be feeling the exact same way. And you know what? It's okay to feel those feelings. Just make sure that you share those feelings with someone, a friend, trusted adult, or your school counselor if your school has one. So what are we going to do today with all this in mind? Well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to waste any time talking about the people who did these evil acts. They did it for their 15 minutes of fame, they got it, and I'm not about to give them any more attention. Instead, what I want to do is take time to remember some of the victims of these attacks and how they can inspire all of us to start with hello. You ready? Then let's go. It's guidance time.
This playground behind the Mystic YMCA will honor the life of Grace McDonald, a place where angels play and a place where her artistic spirit will soar.
Let's start our journey with Miss Grace Audrey McDonald. She was born on November 4, 2005 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and passed away during the Sandy Hook Elementary School attack on December 14, 2012. But I want to focus on Grace's life. Even though she was young, Grace had many passions, and at her core, Grace was a creative. She enjoyed baking. She even baked something new with her mom every week. In fact, Lynn, Grace's mom, to this day still bakes something every week in order to stay connected with her daughter. But of course, when I say Grace is artistic, she had an interest in the classic arts as well. She loved sculpting and painting, but also music, and even went to a Taylor Swift concert at one point. With Grace, we see a young girl who was born to create, be it a cupcake, a painting, or even a song. And if you have that passion for art, you can use that to connect with others. Everybody loves food. We kind of need it to live and all. But it takes a special person to want to make it. Even asking someone what their favorite food is a great start. But then go even deeper and ask them if they know how to make it. Or if the person's from a different country than you, ask them how their food is made. Just make sure to be respectful about it. And for art, that's easy too. See if your school has an art club. And if not, see if you can start one. Talk to your art teacher about their favorite pieces of art and make art with others. Grace shared her gifts, hobbies, and creations with others. And when we do the same, we can bring the joy that Grace brought to so many every single day.
49-year-old Chris Hickson, U.S. Navy Reserve veteran, 2 tours in Iraq, a husband and father, teacher.
Say hello to Christopher Hickson. Chris was the athletic director at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High and was born on February 25, 1968 in Easton, Pennsylvania, and passed away during the tragedy at that school on Valentine's Day of 2018. Chris left behind a legacy of dedication and sacrifice not just to his students, but also our country. Before Mr. Hickson was a teacher, he actually served in the U.S. Navy. In fact, he was with the Navy for 27 years before entering education. And as any teacher will tell you, being a teacher requires 110%, at least, and Chris understood the assignment. When he became the athletic director, he wanted to ensure that his students got the chance to participate in any sport they wanted. And when 9 of his school's sports teams didn't have any coaches, Chris could have made the choice to shut down those teams and tell those students they would have to go to another school if they wanted to do something like wrestling. But Chris didn't accept that. He went in and did it himself. He became the coach for 9 different sports teams at Stoneman Douglas. And for those wondering, he did it for free, without getting any sort of bag for these immense jobs. Chris took it like a champ while still doing his other responsibilities. With Chris, we see a man who loved the thrill of competition, going up against the best to beat the best. And if you're like that, it's easy to find others who do too. If you see someone with your favorite team's logo on their backpack or wearing their jersey to school before a big game, ask them what position they play, how long have they been playing the sport, and then it's a cakewalk from there. At face value, sports are just a game, But for Petty Officer Hickson, it was more than that. It was a way to connect with students and teach them about life, growth, and their own potential.
Mason was known for having a big smile. A family friend called him the sweetest, most loving soul.
Our last highlight is going to be looking at one of the students from Appalachia High, Mason Skimmerhorn. Even in his short 14 years of life, those who knew him were able to easily describe the kind of young man he was. A bold youngster, Mason's favorite color was red, and it was such a part of him that at his funeral everyone wore red to show their love. Mason was also a curious learner. He was actually learning how to play the trumpet because his sister Alana could also play it. But perhaps his biggest passion was gaming. Mason enjoyed the many worlds that exist within video games, and his favorite being the Kingdom Hearts franchise, the world where anime and Disney combine. In recent years, gaming has become the biggest money-making source of entertainment in the world, even more than movies and TV combined. So chances are you know someone who's a gamer, whether it's classics like Pokemon or Minecraft, popular choices like Fortnite, or the latest hotness. Finding someone who enjoys a good game isn't hard. Find someone who shares that interest and ask them what their favorite game is, or their handle so you can play together. The world of gaming is made for community. It's just a matter of finding your own. Start With a Low Week was created to combat the loneliness and isolation that can trigger these tragedies. And even in moments where we feel like there's nothing we can do, we always have a choice. It could be a smile, a wave, or a simple positive word. Being there for those around you and building friendships can go a long way in helping others. And if you're ever scared of doing it, ask yourself, would you want someone to do the same for you?
But what we do understand is the fact that communities come together. And right now you're giving us a sense of how they are placing their pain right there behind you. And they're helping people to find a little purpose in that pain.
Welcome back to the Character Corner, where now is a good time to bring up self-management, because it really fits with what we've been talking about. Self-management is being able to take care of your own feelings. And you want to know something? Every person who's ever gone after a school, be it Appalachia, Sandy Hook, or Columbine, none of them had any self-management. They either never talked to anyone about their struggles and ended up making the worst possible choice, or they went to the wrong people to talk to, who fed their hatred towards others. And here's the thing about self-management. Just because self is in the word, doesn't mean you need to work on it by yourself. Like I said earlier, if you feel alone, scared, angry, let someone who cares about you know. And never think that no one cares. Even if I personally don't know you, I care about you and want the best for you. So please reach out. There's always at least one person who cares. And sometimes all it takes is a simple hello to find them. GG Nation, stay safe and take care of each other. Until next time, Guidance Guy out.